Audrey's not in here yet. Admit. All right, almost there. All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and start. All right, record. All right, agents, welcome to the Monday webinar. So today we have another good webinar. We have Miss Julie, and Miss Julie is with Hyatt All-Inclusive Collection. How are you today, Miss Julie?
I'm great, Tyra. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here for us. The floor is all yours. You can take it away, agent. She's going to be speaking on a lot of different things, but particularly Hyatt All-Inclusive. There's like different branches of Hyatt. So this is going to be on Hyatt inclusive collection. Take it
That
away.
is correct. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Welcome on a Monday. Hope you're doing well. The last day of June, where has this year gone, right? It's great to connect with you all. And we were speaking before you jumped on. I wanted to share what I'm going to do today. It's busy. It is summer. It's crazy. Maybe you're doing stuff with your families. We're traveling like crazy as well, trying to get to as many travel advisors we can in our territories. And I want you guys to know where to find your answers so that there's not something stuck in an inbox of an email, to get back to you. Clients want to book and they want to book now. They don't want to wait. So I want to give you a lot of resources today to help you with that. First and foremost, I'm in the portal. Let me just tell you, I'm in your agent portal. I'm actually in my portal. I logged in. I'm right here on the very main page of your advisor portal, Confidant Collective. And Tyra asked me to talk a little bit about brand overview first. So the best place for me to do that is I'm scrolling to the bottom of the main page of your portal. Not to give anybody seasickness, so just don't look while I'm scrolling down quick. By the way, if you don't know who your BDM is, it'll tell you on your main page of your portal. Depending on where you're located, you may have me. If you're in Florida, Georgia, North, or South Carolina, you may have one of my teammates and it will tell you their information, just like my portal says my BDM is me because I live in Georgia. I am the BDM for your agency as a whole. So I work with the owner of your agency, with Tyra here, and to do things like we're doing today. But you also want to be connected with your local BDM so that you can be invited to events. Last week, I was on the road doing a big sales blitz all across South Georgia and coastal Carolina is what I call it. So Charleston, Myrtle Beach. If you're not registered in the portal and you're not listed where you live, then we wouldn't know to invite you. So you want to make sure you are connected with your local BDM. But right below this area on that main page is the Hyatt brands. So this is Global World of Hyatt. This is all the brands we have across the world. I represent the inclusive collection bar. Zoetry. This is your spa and wellness brand. This is going to be a brand that is known for just that. They're very zen from the moment you step into a Zoetry resort. They're not going to have big Broadway shows like we have at a Secrets or a Breathless. Zoetry is typically known for adult only travelers. However, you may not know this, Zoetry does allow children. They're going to pay an adult price no matter what age the child is. And there's nothing at a Zoetry for kids, meaning there's no chicken nuggets on a menu. There's not a splash pad. There's no kids programs at Zoetry, but we do allow children. When I've asked the question of how many kids do you ever see at a Zoetry at one time, the answer's been 3 or 4. So it's not known for family travel, But if you have that one-off situation where maybe you're doing a destination wedding and there's a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, they're still considered a child from the resorts. So they can't go to a Secrets or a Dreams or a Secrets or a Breathless resort. But you could do a wedding at a Zoetry resort and include that 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old. Maybe it's somebody traveling with a newborn that they don't want to leave behind. Maybe they're going out, for their 1 year anniversary, 2 year anniversary, and they've got a baby. They don't want to leave the newborn behind. They could take the baby with them. Obviously, we don't charge for babies up to age 3, but just so you know, there's no nanny service or daycare or anything like that at the resorts of Zoetry. So making sure everybody understands that. Ziva and Zalara, we'll come back to in just a minute. Secrets is your adult only. You're going to have all kinds of secrets around the globe, including Europe. The ones in the Caribbean and Mexico are the ones we represent. We do have a team that represents our European hotels. So if you have questions about those, I can direct you that way. Secrets is also known not only for romance travel, but Secrets is going to also give you 3-person occupancy in our double bedded rooms. And when I say double beds, I mean 2 beds. It doesn't mean double like the size of the bed, it means 2 beds. So any of our rooms that have 2 beds allow for 3 adults. So you may have a girlfriend group going, you might have a mom traveling with, 2 grown children of hers. Like I have twin boys, so maybe it was me traveling with my sons. They don't want to share a bed with mom, obviously. So that's a good scenario where you have double beds. Some of our competitors only have kings. So I want y'all to know we do have 2 bedded rooms at Secrets. So it does make us a little different there. Dreams is your anybody brand. It's families, known for family travel. There's 24, 26 of them all over, including Europe as well. Those are going to be great resorts for anybody to travel, but there will be lots of children at a Dreams resort. Hyatt Vivid. Hyatt Vivid came out just over a year ago. We now have 2 of them. We have a 3rd one on the way. We're pregnant with Hyatt Vivid coming out in Punta Cana later this fall. So you have Hyatt Vivid Grand Island that has been operational since April of last year. The Vivid brand is for your adult-only travelers that are traveling on a little bit more of a budget than Secrets and Breathless allow, meaning that, maybe their price point isn't quite going to get you into a Secrets or a Breathless. So Hyatt Vivid price is a little bit less. This is a great resort. It is a really fun resort in the Cancun hotel zone. I could do a whole training on Hyatt Vivid. Great option. We just took over a Playa Resort in Playa del Carmen. So we have a Hyatt Vivid Playa del Carmen now in on 5th Street, 5th Avenue in Playa del Carmen. So more to come on that one. I can't really speak to it yet because I haven't had that training. It's brand new to us with the Playa purchase that we did a couple of weeks ago. So more to come on that one. Sunscape. Sunscape is our value brand for families, for all travelers. So kind of like Dreams, but really on a budget. They are going to have a great resort experience at staying at a Sunscape. They're not going to have all the same inclusions that you find at a Dreams. Things like at a Dreams, we have 24-hour room service. You have your mini bar refreshed daily. At a Sunscape, you do not have that. There is some room service, but they only do your mini bar on arrival. They don't refresh it throughout the stay. So there's going to be just some little differences between Sunscape that allow the price to be significantly less than a Dreams. So if you have clients on a budget, can't get them into a Dreams, you have Sunscape. Alua is our adult only and family brands in Europe. They are city hotels. They are great for your pre and post travelers that are looking to maybe go on cruises in Europe. And Alua is going to keep you within our brands, keep your points adding up, keep your partnership going, as well for your travelers in Europe. So Alua is a great one. There's 32 of them in Europe as well. Now, Breathless is still part of the inclusive collection. It's still part of the brands I represent. Breathless moved up into our lifestyle brands with Hyatt because Breathless got a rebranding about a year and a half ago. Classy lifestyle experiences, sip and paint classes, different events happening at the resort. Still a much more of a party atmosphere than say a Secret, but not but if you can do it on a luxury classy level with the Breathless brand. So you're going to have, instead of having foam parties at a Breathless, now you're going to have bubble parties. If y'all are reading what I'm saying here, it's a little bit different for the client experience and definitely much more classy. And then Impression by Secrets is our all butler, all so if you have clients that want a butler, you want to put them in Impression. They're 100%, you don't have to know the room categories, all butler experience at Impression by Secrets. It has moved up into the luxury brands. It's still all inclusive. I still represent them. There's two of them, one on the island of Isla Mujeres and one with Secrets Moshe. So Impression is, superior to everyone, all of our brands, and definitely a very luxurious experience for your clients. So that's our brand overview. Does anybody have any questions before we move on and really take a deep dive into your portal? Oh, I said Ziva Zalara. Stand by on questions. We have Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Zalara Riviera Maya have been part of the inclusive collection now for 18 months. We just purchased Playa Resorts, as everybody knows, and Playa Resorts had Hyatt Ziva, Zalara, Rose Hall, Cap Cana, Cabo. There were several of them that are moving over now as part of that Playa purchase that was made. For today, June 30th, your Playa BDM, again, not really sure exactly where y'all are all located, but more than likely it's Kelvin Russell. If you're out of Florida, is still your point of contact for those ones that were previously part of Playa Resorts. He knows them inside out, just like I know my secrets and dreams inside out. He can't really speak to my resort, so don't reach out to him for mine. But if you have questions or anything, you guys can reach out to Kelvin Russell at playaresorts.com about any of those, Ziva, Zalara, Rose Hall, or Cap Cana, or Cabo. For now, we'll have more information coming on those. They are part of the inclusive collection now fully, and more to come on those as we get trained and you guys get trained on how all this works. So any questions about the brands now before we take a deep dive? Don't be shy. You guys can definitely speak up, unmute yourself. Tyra, is there anything you want me to be sure to mention at this point on the brands?
Nope. On the next webinar, we'll take a deep dive and, go over just all the ins and outs of the of each of the inclusive ones via
Mm-hmm.
your PowerPoint. But no, everything's going fine. There's no questions in the chat.
I have a question. I'm
Fantastic.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Hi, Julie. This is Martina. I've been taking my groups to the Hyatt Stevens Alar for the last 3 years. And so are you saying that they are, just for clarification, are are you saying the other hotels are moving into the Hyatt Ziva Zalar umbrella or vice versa?
Which ones have you been taking your clients to?
We just went to Cap Cana last year. We
Mhm.
did Cancun, and before that we did Jamaica.
So all of those were part of Playa Resorts. So none of those
Gotcha.
were part of the inclusive collection up until 2 weeks ago. So Playa was purchased by Hyatt. So now they're all under the Inclusive Collection umbrella. We
Okay.
just have not had the training on them yet to have knowledge to share with you and answer questions. So for now, the Playa BDMs are still servicing
Gotcha.
those resorts and questions, and registering them and stuff. I think you're still earning your agent cash, but all of that eventually you're going to will go away and it'll all be under the Inclusive Collection. So it'll all
Okay.
be in one portal going forward for any new
Okay. Thank
groups or
you.
anything that you're doing going forward. Yep.
Okay. Get that.
Same thing with the Hilton Rose Hall is now Dreams Rose Hall, and then the Hilton La Romana is now Dreams La Romana. That's where the Hyatt Vivid came about in Playa del Carmen. That was formerly, I believe, a Wyndham or something else there. So there were 5 resorts, you guys, that have now all switched over. That were either Wyndhams or Hiltons that are now under us and have already changed their branding to either Secrets or Dreams or Hyatt Vivid. The ones that were Ziva Zolaras that were Playa are still Ziva and Zolara, and they're under us now, but they're still being managed by Playa in the sense of just for right now until we can get, them transitioned over to us and as well. So more to come on that. All right, so let's take a deep dive into your agent portal. So as mentioned, I am going to really fast, I think. Well, I can't do it yet. Remind me and I'll drop it into the chat. You guys, what the link is to the portal, but it's Confidant Collective is your advisor portal for the Inclusive Collection. I have logged in. You will get a code and password. If you haven't already set up your portal, you want to do this. This is very important to do. And as we're going to just walk through it today, lots of resources here for you for, first and foremost. Your rewards for you as a travel advisor. You're going to have lots of information under the rewards tab. I could do a whole training on that, but I want you guys to take some time and read through what's under the rewards tab so that you understand why registering bookings is going to earn you more money. It's going to earn you more opportunities to get on resort. It's going to earn your status. And as an agency as a whole, we want to grow the agency status from, an entry level 4 tier up to a level 3 tier to a level 2 tier, and then even to a level 1 tier account. You guys have the ability to do that, and every booking matters. As you climb those tiers, there's going to be more perks and benefits for the agency as a whole. So every booking matters, and you would submit a booking. You see it right here at the top is where you would go to register your bookings. And you guys can register your bookings from the date of booking. You have to send me a code because your bookings are worth money to you, not to me. They're worth money. So this part is very secretive. It's very locked down. And it just sent me a code on my phone. 453. Okay. So I could get in here. We don't want anybody else to have access to this because if they did, they could take money from you, right? Because your points could be cashed in onto a Visa card. So I click submit a booking. I'm going to now go to this page. It's very easy to do, whether it's an individual or a group. You fill this in, and then it can be done anytime from the date of booking to 30 days after they check out. But day 31, everybody, is a hard rejection, meaning there's no going back on it. It doesn't matter if you had a crisis in your life that you forgot to do it. It's a hard no at day 31. So just be sure you're going in here to your portal, registering anything that you have right now that's pending travel with us. It doesn't matter where you booked it. It doesn't matter if it's booked direct or with a tour operator, but you're just going to simply come in and fill all this out and then hit submit. Okay. If you have registered bookings, you can hit see registered bookings. That will take you over to see anything that you have registered. Let me give you another tip. Once your clients check out, there's going to be a manual match made to make sure what you keyed in matches what the resorts had. If there was any error, my husband's name's Michael, he checked in as Mike. It's going to reject it. If you had the date of his birthday backwards, or the resort keyed it in backwards, that their birthday is October 11th and they put November 10th. Anything that doesn't match up manually, they would reject the booking. So you want to double check when the clients travel and make sure that your clients have moved from pending to accepted. If they don't move from pending to accepted and it says rejected, you have 60 days to fix it. Otherwise, you lose those points. So a lot of times I get advisors that reach out to me when their bookings are rejected and they don't realize it until months down the road when they go to use their points, and especially with groups. So just double check when your clients have traveled, give it a week or so, go into your portal and make sure that they've moved from pending to accepted. Okay. That's how you submit a booking. Registering your bookings right there in your portal. It's very easy to do. Just be sure you're double checking behind that. Education. This is a really important area for you guys. Confidant Learning is your advisor certification program. This is required in order to use any of your perks and benefits. It is required if you win a stay giveaway from me, from a contest, if you're at an event, if you're at a workshop, if you're at a JTB event, it doesn't matter. You have to be certified. Our leadership will not approve any kind of stay requests. You won't even get advisor, TA rates unless you're certified. Let me just take that back. They've changed that a little bit. You get a very small discount if you're not certified, but your bigger discount, which is 30 to 50% off advisor rate, is for certified advisors. And the resorts can tell if you're certified or not. So again, very important. Go in, do your training, certification, get that done. There's 10 learning modules here. You can start them and stop them, one for each of our brands. And then the 2024 learning module that says 2024 refresher course is here. So you can do that one, and that one covers you for last year. 2025 will have one that'll come out in December, and this is where it will live. You'll only have one module to do as long as you've already done the 10 baby basics on our brands. Okay. So if you're not seeing those 10, let me show you what you do. So if you go in and you're not seeing a module on secrets or Zoetry or breathless, you're not opted in. So you want to go to update profile, scroll down. Okay, y'all look away from the screen because I'm going to scroll to the very bottom quick. And right here at the bottom, all three of these boxes need to be checked. Opting in for marketing emails, marketing in the sense of like today, we got a notification about some resort construction, some updates that we're doing at 2 of our secrets resorts. So that's what this is for. Confidant Learning opt-in, that's your certification program. If that box is not checked, you're not going to be able to do those learning modules. And then rewards opt-in, that's so you can register bookings and get your reward benefits. So again, make sure all three of those are opted in, and then hit update, log out of your portal, log back into your portal, and they should automatically be there for you. Okay. So that's where your certification lives. So under the education tab, Confidant Learning. Now, also under the education tab, Confidant Webinars. This one I'm going to click on because I want you to see what is here for you. You can do these at your leisure, but there's a library here. So if you have questions about Curacao, if you have questions about Hyatt Vivid, if you have a question on how to book direct, it's right here in a webinar. So I'm going to scroll down. We have some upcoming webinars. Last week, we did one on Hyatt Vivid. We showed you our beautiful beach club. This will get added to the library this week. But this, and actually, that was 2 weeks ago. Last week, we were in Cartagena. And we did a webinar last week on Thursday at Dreams Cartagena. So both of these will get uploaded here. You'll have those coming down a little bit further. We had some winners that we gave away some stays. If you're a brand new advisor, there is a 3-week webinar that's done on Wednesdays at 2:00 with our new business development manager. Week 1, 2, and 3. It's a 3-part course. You can register for that. She is amazing. She goes through the whole process with you guys. This is here coming up starting this week on Wednesday, 2:00 Eastern. But here are all the webinars in your library that we've done. I had an advisor reach out just this week, over the weekend, about Secrets Aruba. And she was like, I don't know much about Secrets Aruba. Tell me your input. Well, I haven't been there yet, guys. It opened a month ago. But there's a webinar on Secrets Aruba right here that talks all about Secrets Aruba, that shows you guys all the details about this resort. Go watch it. If you have clients asking, you're going to feel like you're in the know, right? The biggest one I want you to know that's here is from January the 8th. Write this down, January 8th, 2025. It is our How to Book Direct webinar series. Booking direct through World of Hyatt. If you like to watch something, like watch a tutorial and then do it, here's where the recording lives on How to Book Direct. And even though your portal says book your clients, book now, I'm going to tell you as your BDM, do not book your clients in your portal. It is not the best place for you or your clients for you to book. There are some issues. We're going to be sunsetting it, as we call it. This is going to go away in the portal. We are directing travel advisors to book only through Hyatt.com if you are booking direct. Direct would come into play for your clients if they want their World of Hyatt points. You got to book direct. It's the only place you can. Otherwise, you guys can book through our tour partners. We're going to talk a little bit about that today too. But if you have to book your clients direct on Hyatt.com, here's how to do it in a webinar series. Okay. It's short, sweet, to the point, in a tutorial. I'm also going to show you, I've got a handout with step-by-step how to do it, and I'll show you that as well. All right, so there's a lot of information here. Dreams Cap Cana, if you've got clients looking for that. Deeper dive into the inclusive collection, get your questions answered about Preferred Club, families, all that kind of stuff. There's great webinars here in your library, and these are all really, really short. You want to do groups. Here's a webinar on groups. So anyway, there's lots of information in here in your education tab. Going back to the top. Sorry, guys, trying to not make you sick. Education, confidant webinars. Okay. That's where you're going to find your library with a plethora of information on all different kinds of things for you guys. Watch it at your leisure. Advisor travel. That's super easy, right? How do travel agent rates work? I get a lot of emails about how do I get a travel agent rate? You're going to book it on Hyatt.com, but you're going to have a code that you're going to use as your discount code. And it's going to depend on, are you certified or not? If you're not certified, you're going to get 10 to 20% off. If you are certified, you're going to get 30 to 50% off your rate. So that's a big deal. This is where all that information lives, and you're going to have your special code word based on, are you certified or not? And guys, let me tell you, if you borrow the code word with the bigger discount and you check in at the resort and your certification's not done, they will adjust your rate back down to the lower discount. So just get it done. Be excited about it. Claim yourself as a certified agent, and all those details are going to be right here for you. Day passes, guys. Some resorts do them, some don't. It's really dependent on the resort. There's information on them here. And again, like Cozumel, I can tell you that they don't allow day passes unless you're certified. So again, we're back to that same, Your perks and benefits are really going to change once your information is complete. Niche travel. For my romance and weddings, if you're thinking about a destination wedding, this is where you want to come. Get your information here. I'm going to go here for just a minute. And then your groups and specialty travel also lives here. If you want to do a pickleball group, if you want to put together a social group, how does that work? So let's talk about that for a minute. If you're taking it direct, we do not have a centralized groups department for all our hotels. If you're taking your group direct, not through a tour operator, you're going to reach directly out to the group's manager at your resort. So if you're doing a group at Dreams Royal Beach in Punta Cana, you're going to reach out to the Dreams Royal Beach group's manager for quoting for your room block, all that stuff. Don't reach out to me, guys. I don't have access to that information. That you're going to go directly to the resort. Now, it's going to be land only, and commission is 11%. So again, if you want to do it more with air, with transfers, have all that built in, that's going to come through your tour operator. Then you reach out to the tour operator at ALG or Delta Vacations, Vacation Express, whoever you want to use. You have them pull the group quote and information for you with or without air, the transfers being built in, and you go through your tour operator. So that's going to be over here as the other option. Let me just share with you all, ALG Vacations, also known as VAX, is the only one that can price match Hyatt member pricing. So when looking at tour operators, again, I work with all of them. ALG is the one that we lean most towards because Hyatt owns ALG. ALG is going to have all of our inventory because Hyatt owns ALG. So if it's in Hyatt, it's in ALG. Had an advisor reach out today. The room I was looking at is not in Vacation Express. I can't speak to that. She said, but I went over to FunJet and I found it in FunJet. Okay. Because Hyatt owns ALG. Hyatt has its inventory in Hyatt and ALG. The other tour operators may not have pulled inventory over, especially with our new resorts and especially with the Playa merger. There's still some time that's taking to get those loaded. But ALG has all of it loaded into their system, and they're the only ones that can price match Hyatt member pricing. ALG cannot award Hyatt points. So if the client wants Hyatt points for their trip, you have to go direct with Hyatt. Everybody good with that? I wish I could see thumbs ups. Tyra, does that make sense? How are we stand on that?
Yep, makes sense. No questions yet.
Okay. Romance weddings. Here's another thing that I get emails on. Advisors, please share with your brides and your brides' mamas that a destination wedding is very different than a domestic wedding in the United States. I have sons, so I didn't have the bridezilla experience because I had the grooms, right? I know in the US, things get done in advance. They're done up front. You pick out all the things. You do all the things very much in the very beginning once the engagement takes place, right? With a destination wedding, there is a timeline. And under your niche travel, romance and weddings, this is going to be really helpful for you to set that expectation for your client. You've got your packages right here. Okay. Wedding packages, e-romance, trifolds, your media site you can access, but your packages all live right here. We're going to scroll down a little bit further. If your clients want to go and see the resort before they commit to having their wedding there, here's more information on that with our Love at First Sight promotion. So they can do a site inspection or go down and stay at a discounted rate. But here's what I wanted you to see. Under the wedding checklist, I'm going to go ahead and open this. ladies and gentlemen, let me give you your planning checklist to give to your brides and their mothers, maybe the groom's mom too. I just didn't have this experience. To let them know what to expect and what's the timeline to expect it. The reason being is because they reach out to our wedding planners well in advance. They reach out at the very beginning and they want to do all the things, and the wedding planners don't respond because they're busy working on the people that are in that timeline. They're busy working on the person that's 3 weeks before or 1 month before, that they're confirming all the decor and the little extras. But your client's a year out and she's wanting to confirm all her decor, and the resorts aren't responding. So I just like to show y'all where this lives so that you can you can download it, you can send it to your clients so that they know what to expect and what's the timeline of when to expect it. Okay. So hopefully that will be really helpful for you all. And then if you have clients thinking about a South Asian wedding, we do South Asian weddings at several of our resorts. And they're all listed here, as well as which resorts you can do the anniversary stays. How do you get commission on a wedding? It is separate than the booking. With weddings, you're going to lock in the wedding date first with the wedding manager at the resort. So you're going to reach out to the wedding manager at the resort. You're going to check availability for September 10th, 2026. They're going to get back to you and say, yes, it's available. Your clients are going to have a link to put a deposit and lock in that date. And then you can take the rooms to whoever you want to. You don't have to book the rooms direct, but you do have to confirm that wedding date before going and getting those rooms. Okay. Same thing with vow renewals. All that information is here under your romance and weddings tab. All right. Back up to offers. Here is going to be your client offers for consumers, any specials that we're running, all the details on those specials, and any travel advisor offers. If we have any specials happening with resort openings, anything like that, you guys are going to find all that information under offers. Now we're going to go over to resources. So let's head into our resources. This tab and the education tab are going to be the ones you use the most, and it's the ones I refer you guys to the most. So resources tab, Advisor Direct Advantage. Let's click here, right? Remember I told you we had that tutorial on how to book direct? Well, here is that handout on how to book direct. So Advisor Advantage Direct. What's the details for you guys? Exclusive for Hyatt members. You get double reward points when you book direct. You get a lower commission, but you yourself get double rewards, which does turn into money if you want them to. But scrolling down a little bit, how to book direct online. How to book direct on Hyatt.com. Guys, there's a 13-page document that is a picture document. Log in. Here's what it looks like. Here's step 2. Here's step 3. Here's step 4. It literally steps you through it in pictures. It's phenomenal. So if you like a document style of learning, here you go. I had a travel advisor reach out to me today, as a matter of fact, that tried to book her clients on worldofhyatt.com over the weekend. Apparently the site was down. And she was like, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get it booked. What do I do? Well, she wasn't in the portal, so she didn't know to look here. You guys all now know, right? Scroll down a little bit further. How to book direct by phone. So when the portal was down, she wouldn't miss out on her booking if she knew how to call it in. So here is your 1-800 number, 1-800-597-4761 for your Latin America Caribbean. Or if you need to book Europe, you have the European phone number as well. Here are the resort contacts. If you need to reach out to the resorts directly for something, I'll also show you another place to find those. But here's your 2 ways to book direct, Hyatt.com or by phone. Highly recommend you put that phone number in your phone and save it, because there will come a time when you're boarding a plane and you need to make a quick call. Maybe you're at Disney with your family and you need to make a quick booking and you don't have your computer with you, right? So having that phone number in your phone, make the quick call, book your clients, and there you go, you're done. So here is how you book direct. Under resources, advisor direct advantage is where that lives. Now, social media. I had another email today. I had a busy day, guys. I've been on the road, y'all. The last 2 weeks, I had Jamaica Tourist Board, and then last week was a sales blitz. So I'm catching up to a lot of emails today, but I've had a lot of stuff. Today, I had someone reach out looking for social media. What can we do ahead of our conference coming up in a couple weeks? So I refer them here to the social media tab because what lives here, you've got banners that you can put on your signature. If you're really trying to promote a group to Secrets Baby Beach in Aruba, I encourage you to add this banner to your signature so that your friends will reach out, your clients will reach out to you and ask you more about Secrets in Aruba. You also have, as I scroll down a little bit further, there's more banners and stuff here. You have 15-second videos that are already ready for you for TikTok. You can put them on Facebook. You can use them on Instagram. Guys, these are ready. You don't have to ask permission to use them. They are here in your portal for you. Under social media, put your own captions on them. I heard Tyra saying at the beginning that she uses Canva. So again, if you need information for Canva, we've got all kinds of stuff here and our logos that you can drop onto something, right? Be part of our influencer program. How to have a successful Facebook group if you're new to the business, reels, stories, and tricks. So there's all kinds of training right here under social media that lives here in your portal. And now we're back to the brands. So okay, watch your eyes. I'm going back to the top fast. Okay. Marketing assets. So here are your marketing assets. Again, marketing on the go. You can download the flyer for groups and weddings if you're doing a bridal show and you want to get more business, and you can download it with or without a call to action. Now you say to me, Julie, why would I not want the call to action on there? Maybe you have a special sticker you use. Obviously, guys, I would put my name and number on anything and everything. My name and my, email, if that's your preferred method of contact. So make sure no matter what, maybe use a stamp, maybe you have a special sticker you like to use. I don't care, but we give it to you with and without. Secret St. Lucia, Secret to Baby Beach. These are all new openings. Dreams Kapkana opened in November. So check back often as we add more. You're going to have branding videos. We're going to give you more of those. So again, if you're looking for those, marketing collateral that all lives right here. You guys can use any of these e-brochures. Hyatt is a green company, so we don't have a lot of materials that we mail out. We leave it to you to print what you need. Accessibility flyer. This one I get a lot of questions on. Which resorts are wheelchair accessible? Where, what do you need? Here's that information. Maybe you want to grow your business with villas and suites, do more luxury, high end, up that commission. Guys, here's flyers for those. And then the top 10. I know you're new to us, so here's going to be a great tool for you. We have 20-something dreams, 20-something secrets, more being added all the time. How do you know which resorts have water parks? I get this question. Come in here to the top 10 series, top 10 resorts to make a splash. So these were created for you to use on either your social media or printed material at an event, but I want you to use it as a funnel because we have 20-something dreams. And your clients say water park is important to my kids. Come in here and pull up the digital flyer. And we've just taken 24 down to 10. It doesn't mean they're the only 10 that have water parks, but it's a place to start. So if you know your clients are looking at the DR We've got Dreams Onyx in the DR. We've got Dreams Macau in the DR. Who else is on here in the DR? That's two. 2 of the 10 are in the DR. So you could start with those 2 and you could pull a quote. Go into ALG, go into Delta, it doesn't matter. Go into Hyatt, whichever, and pull a quote if your clients are looking for resorts with water parks in the DR. Same thing with Mexico. Okay, you've got quite a few in Mexico here. Sapphire, Natura, Playa Mujeres, Cancun, Bahia Mita is over on the Puerto Vallarta side. So this should help you guys narrow down a whole bunch of resorts down into a few and see if the pricing or the dates work with what your clients are looking for. I love this tool as a true funnel for you guys to help you find the right resort for your clients. There's books, there's flip books and stuff in here too. Top 10 resorts to celebrate Pride. June is Pride Month. If you have clients that are same sex, they're reaching out, which resorts would be best for us? Here's a great tool for you, taking you from all these resorts down to 10. Top 10 wedding destinations. If you want to put together a pickleball group or a golf group, which ones should you choose? Guys, we gave you 10. It doesn't mean they're the only 10. It just means here's a place to start. So I hope this helps you to not feel quite so overwhelmed with having so many resorts to choose from in the inclusive collection, and really utilize this as a true funnel of resorts for you. Obviously use it for marketing and posting as well. But I think it's a great tool to help you guys not feel overwhelmed with as many hotels as we have. That lives under resources and your marketing assets. Under more resources is ultimately going to take you over to our media site. But because you're on my webinar today, I'm going to show you the media site so you don't have to log in through your portal. I'll come back to that. News is your official statements. So on the 1st and the 15th of the month, we send out a newsletter. We let you guys know resort openings, closings, any updates that are happening, if we have any promotions going on, things like that. It all comes out on the 1st and the 15th. I do not send out mass emails. There's 7,000 or so of you assigned to me, and I don't have the bandwidth to be able to do that for you. I do have a Facebook group that you're welcome to join. It is just for travel advisors, and it's called Southeast. So that's my territory, Southeast Travel Gems. G as in George, EMS as in Sam, because my friends call me Jules. And so Jules Gems, it just kind of worked. You guys are welcome to join my Facebook group. There's albums in my group. You can use my pictures for Canva. You can use them for anything you need them for. Just don't claim my beautiful beaches are attached to a competitor, okay? But you've got all kinds of information here under news. If you are looking for those resort openings, closings, all those things live here in your portal. So I'm going to come back, and I told you more resources actually opened you up to our media site. I was in it earlier today. I have it saved, as you can tell on my screen. It's right here as a favorite because I'm in and out of this page all the time. The website is, y'all write this down and put a big circle around it, www.amrsite.com. www.amrmediasite.com. What you see on my screen says America's Resort Contacts, Europe Resort Contacts. I'm going to click right here. It's going to automatically take me to all my resorts. The Playa ones have not been added yet, coming soon. If I need to reach out to Secrets Baby Beach in Aruba, I'm going to click right there, and it's going to automatically take me to my Secrets Baby Beach contacts. This resort just opened. He's building his team. But if I need to reach out to my director of sales, I right click on his name. It automatically opens an email, and I can start typing directly to him. That easy to do, right? All right, let me come back to this. If I am reaching out to the groups manager, you saw that it was there. If I need to talk to somebody at Breathless, guys, the highest point of contact for you is your director of sales. You're not reaching out to general managers, vice presidents. Absolutely not. Your director of sales is your highest point of contact. For the most part, anything that is client related, meaning a food allergy, a birthday, an anniversary celebration, I'm going to send that, meaning you are going to send that to your sales manager. If it's something VIP related, like your clients are a doctor or a senator, an owner of a company that's coming to the resorts to check out the resorts to bring their clients back or their team back, I'm going to let my director of sales know that. So I'm going to email Kalia. If it's group related, you're going to email the groups manager. If it's wedding related, you email the wedding manager. If it's room related, connecting rooms, I need a first floor room. I need a room with a number 4 in it because it's their lucky number, whatever, that goes to the reservation manager. Okay. Guys, these are your resort contacts. Do not use anything else but what you see here. I had someone email me today. I was copied on an email that went to reservations at da 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 da. And I was like, nope, I knew right away it was going nowhere because it didn't have someone's name in it. So make sure when you're emailing, you only use these emails right here. Okay. All right. Wrapping up our training for today. I got one more thing I want to show you. When you're back in your media site, there's no login and password, by the way, here. When you scroll down, here's your brands, right? So had an advisor asking today about a dreams resort that would allow for 3 occupancy and everybody would have a bed. We don't have pullouts in our secrets resorts. So she knew she had to go to dreams, but she wanted a dreams that was connected to either a secrets or a breathless with exchange privileges. So I knew which one to refer her to. I came over here to dreams. By the way, here's your logos for Canva if you need them. View collection, it'll open them all up. I came over here to dreams. Here's your photography. You guys, view collection, all your pictures are here. These are your marketing pictures. Here's your videos. But I came over here to the product guide and I went to product guides. I changed it to English. And then I went to Dreams Onyx because I knew Dreams Onyx is with Breathless Punta Cana. So now I have the product guide. 32 pages. Way too much to send to a client. Do not send this to a client. But you can copy and paste what you need. I came over here to Breathless. To Dreams. Under accommodations. I scrolled down a little bit further and saw exchange privileges are on page 13. I clicked on that, scrolled down, and right here, all adults 18 and older from Dreams Onyx have free flow access to Breathless Punta Cana. There was the answer to the question that she needed. So a lot of your answers to things that you're looking for, guys, are found here in your media site on these product guides. You guys can use these anytime you need them. There's a lot of information here. Like I said, do not send it to a client. They're written for you and for me for the trade, but they are a wealth of information of what you need here, and they're under each brand. So now if I needed to know more about Breathless Punta Cana, I then would have to go out of this back to my portal and then go back to Breathless. And I would look up Breathless Punta Cana for more information about restaurants or is there a casino and stuff for them to do at Breathless. Because even though they're attached to each other, the product guides are separate from each other. So that is what I had to share with everybody today. I'm going to come back over here and stop sharing my screen and see what kind of questions I can answer for everybody.
Ms. Shaquita was asking, what was the South S email again?
My Facebook group is Southeast Travel Gems. And I can type it in the chat for y'all. If I can spell. I didn't mean to have it in all caps. Sorry, guys. Do not send me a friend request. It is attached to my personal, and you guys don't need to see all my stuff about my personal life. I will decline them because it's just too much. But you guys can join my group without being friends with me. So it's a great resource. I posted in it earlier today about secrets to loom. So great option for you there. I want to give you the portal. Also, if you're not signed up in Confidant Collective, let me give you that link as well. That's your agent portal. If you're not signed up, please get signed up and get certified. If you didn't gain that from my training today, that certified matters. It matters a lot. So, what else can I answer for you?
I have another question. I've been
Sure.
working through the courses in Confident Collection, and if I haven't completed them, will I still be able to submit bookings that have, like my recent bookings to Ziva and Zalara? Can I still do that, or do I have to wait until I complete all of the courses?
Well, your Ziva Zalara bookings are over at Playa, so they haven't come over to us yet. So that's where they're going to get
Gotcha.
registered. So I can't speak to what they do on their program because I'm not privy to that. If it was a new booking to Secrets Aruba today that you made, you could come in and register them. The difference becomes your status once you're certified allows you more perks and benefits and the ability to use your rewards. So that's where your certification matters when it comes to your perks and benefits.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank
yeah, and for agent rate, right now it's a 10 to 20% discount if you're not certified. It's 30 to 50% if you are certified. So again, that's where those things are going to really kick in and matter for you. Sometimes we do events in the area and we can only hold X amount of agents. Well, we're going to start with those that are certified first. We're going to
you.
start with
Okay.
certified and registered travel bookings. So that's where all of that's going to really help and matter as we have events and stuff in the areas too. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. And the resorts can see it. So also if you're reaching out asking for an upgrade for a client or VIP experience or, something for your clients, if you're certified and register in bookings, it shows partnership. And so since the resorts can see it too, that may make the difference in upgrade of a client. So, as well. Any other questions, everybody?
I think I got some in the chat. Got that age reporter, please sign up. Okay, nope, that was you.
Yep. Anything else?
Agents, now this is your time to ask the questions.
I know. I'll announce some more trainings coming up that I'll do open for the territory. I'll put them in my group. I have a destination series that I could kick into over the next couple months. It's a 5-part series where we really talk through the resorts in Cancun and then the resorts down to Tulum and the resorts in the DR, the resorts in West Mexico, like Puerto Vallarta and Cabo, where we really take a deep dive and really talk through those. That's an option that I'll post out there in the group. I've got reached out to Secrets Tulum today to ask them to come on in my group and try to, answer a lot of questions about that resort. So we really want to keep you guys informed, and I will be I post a lot in my group, so that's to help support you guys in the field.
All right, agents, any other questions for Miss Julie? All right.
All right. Y'all have a blessed day. Tyra, safe travels back from Japan. And
Absolutely. And I can't
let
wait
me
to
know
get
if I
on the
can be
very
any
next
help.
webinar. I'll be sending you the webinar so that we can do the other deep dive as well into all of the different brands. And Thank you
Let's
so
do it. We'll
much for
talk
your
about the new ones. Yeah.
absolutely. All right.
Have a
Thank you
great
so
day,
much for your
everybody.
time.
Thanks for your support.
All right, agents, thanks so much for your time. Have a good day.